fall is here, hear the owl, back to school, ring the bell, brand new shoes, walking blues, climb the fence, books and pens. I can tell that we are gonna be friends. I can tell that we are gonna be friends. Walk with me, Susie Lee, through the park and by the tree. We can rest upon the ground and look at all the bugs we've found. Safely walk to school without a sound. Then safely walk to school without a sound. Well, here we are, no one else. We walk to school all by ourselves. There's dirt on our uniforms from chasing all the ants and worms. We clean up and now it's time to learn. We clean up and now it's time to learn. Numbers, letters, learn to spell, nouns and books and show and tell. Playtime, we'll throw the ball, back to class, through the hall. Teacher marks our height against the wall. Teacher marks our height against the wall. We don't notice any time pass. We don't notice anything. We sit side by side in every class. Teacher thinks that I sound funny, but she likes the way you sing. Tonight I'll dream when I'm in bed, while silly thoughts go through my head about the bugs and alphabet. When I wake tomorrow, I'll bet that you and I will walk together again. 'Cause I can tell that we are gonna be friends. 'Cause I can tell that we are gonna be friends.
Good morning. Welcome to all of our students, faculty and staff, administrative team, parents, trustees, and all of the extended members of our Santa Fe Prep community who join us here today to officially welcome Aaron Schubach to Santa Fe Prep as our new head of school, and of course, a special welcome to his family as well, Anna, Ben, and Henry. For those of you who don't know me, I am Alicia Montoya. I'm the chair of the Board of Trustees, and it's my honor to be here today to represent my fellow trustees in this welcome. A special thank you to Adele Manasco and Michaela Court, who organized this celebration, and to Ambrose Ferber, who literally put it all together, which in the middle of a global pandemic was no easy feat. Thanks to each of you. It was on November 17th, 2019, that the Board of Trustees announced the unanimous selection of Aaron Schubach as Santa Fe Prep's new head of school. To say that a lot has happened in our community and in the world since that day is a significant understatement. It's been a time of unparalleled uncertainty, so much so that we might ask ourselves, how can we have a celebration at this time? I found the answer to that question in one of the books that our director of library, Catherine McKenzie, recommended to the students over the summer. The book is A Gentleman in Moscow. And without going into the details of the book, the protagonist is sentenced to house arrest in Russia in the early 1920s. And when contemplating the passage of time and what he describes as the tyranny of indistinguishable days, which we might know a little bit about that from our summer, he wisely counseled, wise people celebrate when they can. And here today, not only can we celebrate, but we at Santa Fe Prep have much to celebrate. Celebrate where we've been, where we are, and under the leadership of Mr. Aaron Schubach, we can celebrate where we are going. As most of you know, Santa Fe Prep was started in 1963 by a group of people who wanted a school dedicated to good cause. It opened with 7th, 8th, and 9th graders in a converted oil stove factory. The students painted the classrooms, helped put together the cabinetry, and cleared areas of rocks for athletic fields. And from that converted oil stove factory to this beautiful campus, with teamwork and the transformative leadership of our former head of school, Mr. Jim Leonard, the school thrived. It was because of this incredible success that when Mr. Leonard announced his retirement, Prep appealed to an impressive field of applicants. We had an expansive search with over 80 inquiries nationally and internationally, and it was telling that with an incredible field like we had, we knew early on we would be very lucky if we could hire Mr. Schubach. He has a proven track record in independent schools with over 23 years of experience. Of course, at the time we hired Mr. Schubach, we had no idea what incredible and extraordinary circumstances we'd be facing at this time. But we did know that no matter what was ahead of us, he was the best person to lead our school through it. Months before his official first day as head of school at Prep, Mr. Schubach was already working to help mitigate the effects of COVID-19 on our campus should we be allowed to open. He worked with task forces and committees to get the campus ready. He worked to ensure that our course offerings continued to be robust and the classes continued to be engaging. He supported our incredible faculty's commitment to enhance the remote learning experience. He's made connections with government officials and community leaders in order to do everything possible to ensure the success of our school in spite of the circumstances we're facing. He connected with and continues to connect with all of the members of our community, and he recommitted to, and I quote, standing in solidarity with those advocating and acting for a more just and inclusive New Mexico, United States, and world. He stayed committed to ensuring that Prep cultivates excellence in every aspect of our students' lives. In moments of crisis and hard times, you can see a person's true character. We've seen Aaron Schubach's character, and yes, there is much to celebrate. I could not be more confident that we have a visionary leader who will guide our school through these transformative times, and he is the best person to write the next chapter of our school's history. With his visionary leadership, we can celebrate where we are going and what lies ahead for our school and for our students and for our world. Santa Fe has many great traditions, and when deciding what would be best to present to Mr. Schubach at this celebration, we've decided that Santa Fe is known for its art. And as a result, our students will present to him different pieces of art that they've worked on over the summer. I believe each of the students will introduce their piece when they present, and a special thank you to our middle school students and high school students who dedicated their time and their talent to this celebration. It has been said that the essence of all beautiful art, all great art, is gratitude. And Mr. Schubach, we are grateful. We are, with these pieces from our students, we are saying a warm bienvenidos, or welcome to Santa Fe Prep. Mr. Schubach, Anna, Ben, and Henry, we are thrilled you're here and couldn't be happier that you have chosen to make Santa Fe your new home.
Hi, this is Chris Nordstrom, co-president of the Prep Parents Association. On behalf of the PA, we'd like to welcome you and your whole family to Santa Fe and the Santa Fe Prep community. The PA stands ready and eager to help you learn, lead, and grow together with this awesome community. Thanks and best of luck.
Hi, I'm Mary Jane Parks, and I'm co-president of the Santa Fe Prep Parents Association. On behalf of the parents, we welcome you to our school, our community, and the Prep family. As a parent and volunteer, we value the dedication and the commitment of our faculty and staff. We look forward to the camaraderie and teamwork of our Prep parents, and we value the education that our children receive. Thank you and welcome.
Dear Mr. Schubach, I, on behalf of the students and teachers of the middle school, have the distinct privilege and honor of welcoming you to our community. I want to begin with a short personal story. My first memory of Santa Fe Prep is a visit I made to an open gym when I was 13 years old. It was the summer before I began attending in the 9th grade. Back then, the gym had no commons, nor any mezzanine, just a small atrium that led to a gymnasium. As I walked into the dimly lit room, the first thing I noticed were long climbing ropes hanging from the rafters in two corners of the cavernous, loud gym. Kids, some older than me and some younger, were swinging off the ropes, sort of like a scene out of Tarzan. They climbed up the bleachers and leapt off of these two huge closets, equipment closets, onto stacks of mats on the floor below, not unlike the mats that we use for jiu-jitsu today. Out on the beautiful, shiny gym floor, others bumped volleyballs, shot baskets, and threw frisbees. From our 2020 perspective today, with physical distancing, and our current standards of safety around ropes and heights, it's almost impossible to imagine. But I do remember laughter, shouting, and a palpable energy of fun. As my eyes began to make sense of the chaos, I gravitated towards some older boys playing at a hoop, and not long afterwards, I was invited to join their game. Starting in that moment 30 years ago, and over the following days, weeks, months, and years, Santa Fe Prep became a community to me. A community filled with fun, energy, relationships, and inclusion. My commitment is toward making the middle school feel that way for every student, family member, teacher, and staff member who sets foot on our campus or logs into our Zoom rooms. Don't worry, I'm not planning on setting up any ropes for us to swing off of. Under the leadership of Marie White, Chris Alvarez, Janet Taylor, Alan Taylor, and Erica Penzer, the middle school has developed a reputation for being a place where adolescents, somewhere between childhood and adulthood, grow, learn, and try new things, while simultaneously being challenged and supported. Our students routinely take care of each other in special ways, turning in lunch money that's been lost on the quad, standing up for one another when hurtful things are said, spoken, or posted, and simply being there for one another through the good times and the bad. Our teachers regularly go above and beyond, from taking aside a student who looks to be having a rough day, to offering their classrooms before and after school as places for students to laugh and connect. And of course, in the current climate, you've seen the willingness of the middle school community to take on the challenge of starting school virtually amid a pandemic with positive attitudes, generosity of spirit, high expectations, and a little silliness. Mr. Schubach, you have already endeared yourself to us with your ever-present, although sometimes slightly misunderstood sense of humor, your love of music, your vision for a COVID-mitigated school, and your deft ability to name bicycles, even the ones of the bucking variety. Welcome to Santa Fe, welcome to Santa Fe Prep, and welcome to the middle school. May you be invited to join many fun games during your tenure, and may this beginning still hold a special place in your heart 30 years from now. Welcome.
Hi, Mr. Schubach. My name is Sasha Smucker, and I'm going to be in 7th grade at Prep. I'm going to play part of a piece I've been working on called Allegro by Fiocco.
Hi, Mr. Schubach. My name is Cole Litzenberg, and I am an 8th grader. I just made this video to welcome you to Santa Fe Prep and tell you a little bit about what I will be making you, which is a traditional retablo. So a traditional retablo will be put on a sugar pine board and have a white gesso coating over the front of the board. You will then paint with watercolors or natural paint over the white gesso. And when you're done with the painting, you will put a pine sap varnish over the top. Once again, welcome to Santa Fe Prep, and I hope you have an amazing time.
My name is Susie Matthews, and I'm the upper school head and assistant head of school. In her poem, The Teller of Tales, Nobel laureate Gabriela Mistral writes, "When I'm walking, everything on earth gets up and stops me and whispers to me, and what they tell me is their story. And the people walking on the road leave me their stories. I pick them up where they fell in cocoons of silken thread. Stories run through my body or sit purring in my lap. So many they take my breath away, buzzing, boiling, humming. Stories connect us, allow us to see each other and negotiate what is important. We all have the responsibility of knowing and holding the many multi-layered stories of our community, but the head of school is perhaps storyteller in chief. Erin, you have already heard and been a part of many stories about the people and history of Santa Fe Prep. Your questions have helped us see ourselves and our practices with fresh eyes, from our Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Task Force to our Continuity of Learning Handbook, from why is there a period 4A and 4B to how many dogs do we have on campus? Erin, we're delighted that you're an upper school advisor and that you will teach a history class next semester. The upper school students are eager to get to know you and to share their experiences with you. For philosopher Hannah Arendt, the concept of newness or natality was all important. Arendt believed we should love the world as it is and preserve it exactly for the sake of what is new and revolutionary in each child. Erin, each day you become less new and you add more stories to your understanding of Santa Fe Prep. May today's ceremony remind us that our diverse stories run through us. May we allow them to take our breath away. May we each know that we belong, no matter how long we have been here. And may we carry our school forward by always retaining our sense of being new and curious and open. On behalf of the upper school, welcome to Santa Fe Prep, Erin. We're so glad you're here.
My name is Ezekiel John Court. You may remember me, Mr. Schubach, from your interview when I asked a very important question, red or green. I was asked by the Board of Trustees to create a special gift for you, Mr. Schubach, that will assist you in understanding one of the building blocks of New Mexican tradition. I am a learning ojolatero. I am mentored by ojolatero Richard Gabriel in the art of tinsmithing. I participate in the oldest trade market in the United States of America, traditional Spanish market. During westward expansion, the Union and Confederate armies would bring their food rations in tin cans. Once eaten, the soldiers threw away the tin cans. Norteños, seizing the opportunity at hand, reused the tin and shaped them into frames, cups, plates, sconces, mirrors, and many other utilitarian items. They used a nail and hammer and other stylized custom punches to create their art. On behalf of the freshman class, I give to you a mirror that will help you reflect on the choices that will encourage you to honor the surrounding community in which you now live, and sconces that will hopefully guide you and light the way when you may get lost. Mil gracias de todo.
Welcome to our school. Welcome to the library in the mornings before class, where students flock to chairs and tables to relax, catch up on homework, or chat with friends. Golden light shines through the windows, and a wave of soft chatter washes through the open glass doors. Welcome to the classrooms, where teachers lead discussions on the significance of fire in Fahrenheit 451, demonstrate the process of photosynthesis by growing corn plants, and ask cheerfully about their pupils' weekends in Spanish. With windows and doors open to let fresh air in, and desks that bear the marks of many years past, the classrooms feel warm and friendly. Welcome to the cafeteria, where the smell of fresh pumpkin bread and cinnamon rolls wafts through the room, students breaking off pieces of their snacks to share with others. Lines form in front of the microwaves during lunch, and friends try to fit around small circular tables as they talk, smile, and laugh. Welcome to the hustle and bustle of TAP, where upper schoolers and 8th graders sprint to catch buses and cram into cars to go off campus to volunteer, excited at the weekly chance to tutor kids, walk dogs, or plan community events. And the 7th graders clean every classroom from top to bottom, scrubbing each corner of the whiteboards until their faces shine with pride and the cloths are dark with marker smears. Welcome to the full auditorium during assembly, where the set for the musical or play is illuminated on the stage, and the sound of jabbering students fills the air as they squeeze into the seats reserved for their grade. People cheer for every team victory and applaud at every announcement. Welcome to the first week of school, where we play games out on the field and adjust to new classes. And welcome to the last, where we sign yearbooks in the quad and eat ice cream. Welcome to new beginnings and old traditions, to students and teachers and staff, to classrooms and field trips and sports and shows. Welcome to your school.
Papi po, na Sofia Rivera Gino Kama, Posuage Oinge Iweriomu. In Tewa, I just said hello. My name is Sofia Rivera and I come from Poake Pueblo. Greetings, Mr. Schubach, and welcome on behalf of the junior class, the class of 2022. I'd like to sing a song for you called One Little Candle. I chose this song because it's symbolic of the global pandemic we are experiencing today and the darkness in this world. But if everyone lit just one little candle, then the world could be a better place. It is better to light just one little candle than to stumble in the dark. Better far that you light just one little candle. All you need is a tiny spark. If we'd all say a prayer that the world would be free, the wonderful dawn of a new day we'll see. And if everyone lit just one little candle, what a bright world this would be. Again, we welcome you to the prep community, and I hope you have a great first year as the head of school at Santa Fe Prep.
The leaves change as summer swiftly bids farewell. They fall to usher in the winter. The cold leaves the trees and plants barren, yet the resulting snow is necessary in the growing of spring. Change is as natural as the oxygen that we breathe, and yet, as humans, we seem to have a natural aversion to it. Change is the enemy. It is seen as proof of failure, as something we all need to avoid. Pero el cambio es necesario, como el intercambio de idiomas, como la introducción de tantas personas quienes tienen historias que no conocemos. Pero para crecer como personas, to become better than we are, necesitamos leer esas historias, and we need to open our minds and hearts. Hay cientos de historias que caminan la escuela, hundreds of stories that come and go, and few people get to see as many stories as those who stay to watch them play out their chapters. Change is as natural as the oxygen that we breathe, and yet, as humans, we seem to have a natural aversion to it. Although this is true, it does not mean that change will always be opposed, especially when it allows a new story into the library. So, just as much as you learn about your students, their passions and talents, las idiomas que hablan, their favorite foods, como ríen sinceramente, we will learn about you as well. We'll read each other's stories for as long as we have the chance to. Wouldn't you call that exciting? On behalf of the senior class, welcome to prep, Mr. Schubach. We look forward to taking what little time we have to get to know you as much as we can. Thank you.
Good morning, all. Thank you to our many presenters for their warm welcome and words of wisdom. Mary Jane Parks, Chris Nordstrom, Alicia Montoya, Coach Chris Shakers, Susie Matthews. I feel honored by our partnership, and I admire your expertise and care for our students. Zeke, my answer to your question remains the same. Christmas, you are absolutely right about La Chosa. Thank you. Sienna, Thank you for your beautiful song. How did you know the White Stripes were my favorite? Sasha, Cole, Alex, Sophia, and Urian, I'm extraordinarily grateful for your gifts of music, words of reflection, and artwork. As you all demonstrated so well, prep students are thinkers, doers, writers, poets, sculptors, potters, painters, coders, musicians, actors, and scientists, amongst so many other things. My only wish is that when I see you on campus in the future, you take a brief moment so I can express my gratitude in person. Almost exactly a year ago, I made my first trip to Prep's campus. The students, parents, and faculty members confirmed what I already knew from Prep's strong reputation. This is a once-in-a-lifetime school that stays with you for a lifetime. Driving northward after my first visit, I knew that if invited to join the community, I had to come. Last November, once appointed to the position, I knew that my own personal role was going to change significantly, but I had no idea that the world at large was going to be upended in the pandemic. For me, like you, it's taken courage to venture into the uncharted. This community has supported me and our school every step of the way. This process of welcoming and weaving me and my family into the fabric of the school means a great deal to me. This notion of prep community as fabric, patterned, vibrant, intentional, individualistic, interconnected, and beautiful, resonates with me. In that metaphor, we are stronger together and greater than the sum of our parts. Thank you.
Fall is here, hear the owl, back to school, ring the bell. We don't notice any time pass. We don't notice anything. We sit side by side in every class. Teacher thinks that I sound funny, but she likes the way you sing. Tonight I'll dream when I'm in bed, while silly thoughts go through my head about the bugs in alphabet. When I wake tomorrow, I'll bet that you and I will walk together again. 'Cause I can tell that we are gonna be friends. 'Cause I can tell that we are gonna be friends.